What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Danganronpa 3. We're well underway in the third trial, and let's go and get started.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Gonta think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
I'm assuming they're talking about the case in the second game.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point. Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
Unless it's possible that she was dead, but Kibo used, like, a tape recorder or something.
That
But I
was
don't
right
know.
before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Gonta think it impossible to kill her then.
Then she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You'll figure it out, shitheads.
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains! When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she thought when the cage was lifted.
Oops.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
All right, settle down.
Obviously, Himiko is the culprit.
There's no doubt!
Tenko not being killed during the seance. Tenko not being killed during the seance. Okay. That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during...
Okay, the stone, or 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage. Maybe that's gotta be it.
Seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about when cage was lifted?
No!
Like that.
Well, that could have been it, but I don't know
Cage
now.
lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
Nope, it's none of these.
Culprit!
No. Don't!
When Tenko got killed.
Okay, I got it this time. It's gonna be on the right, or left.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about when cage was
Lifted. No! It's gotta be that one though,
Tenko
right?
got killed.
There's blood at the bottom of the cage.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the...
Nope, not that one.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time.
Maybe the white sheet? Sheet was over the cage. Ah. Well, maybe. Maybe.
She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about when cage was
No! Ah, I hit that thing instead. Okay, here we go. We gotta go through this whole thing all over again.
So fast, no one saw.
Oh!
She lifted the cage.
it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted.
Okay, here we go.
Cage was lifted.
Gah!
Was lifted.
Finally! Fudge! Oh! I was like, screw that V point. That's screwing me over. Okay.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
What? Remodel?
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
But she has no evidence! I don't understand!
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage! They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need.
Oh!
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit. And that's none other than Kyo!
There has to be a hole in Mew's logic. Okay. So the one that it was for sitting in the cage. Okay. All right, got it.
All you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
She wasn't sitting. She was not prone, but turtle pose.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
She was acting all confident.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
Well, only if Tenko killed Angie. But are we really going the spirit route? I don't know yet.
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
Wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
I'm sorry, what? Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Well, there's no evidence of it being anybody. Like, seriously. The only option would be suicide. Again, I wouldn't know why, but that's like the only decent option.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right? Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
That's just silly.
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. He told me.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believed, my heart can't reach Himiko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Nope.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. She said, "See you guys after." I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. But like What's-His-Face said, Kokichi, she could have been lying. I don't think she was, but she could have been. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Wasn't the death instantaneous? Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. To get out of this, I'll need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
You need 5 people, blah, 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 blah. Center of the cage, dog god, top of the cage, magic, cage health songs, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
So she...
Tenko's last moments. Crouch position, injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Oh, so probably not enough to kill her immediately.
hit her.
Hole in the corner. The hole that was in the corner of the room, Seance was held into space into the floor. See what was dropped there.
True intentions.
Ah.
But if Tenko
Oops.
did commit suicide, explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she
Oh!
threw the sickle underneath the floor.
Died.
All the pieces.
I didn't realize you can see what the lie will be. Tenko died instantly. Okay, I got it.
So far,
Okay. Oh shit! Why is my health so low? Holy hell.
Was to take us down with her.
Okay.
So
I gotta
she
be
hid
very careful. Careful.
She could have
Careful.
and then stabbed.
Finally, with the last of her strength.
Yay!
I'll reveal the truth.
God, I'm so close to dying. Oh.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
Instantly?
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko is killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thanks for lying and derailing the investigation.
You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. What, the sound that we heard? We heard a sound. Oh, okay, we're going into this thing then. Sound
Did
during
anything seem out of
seance.
the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
I think about it, while we were all singing the song,
Oh, it's coming up. I can feel it.
heard something fall. I think.
Yep. What? I missed?
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there.
Oh.
I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to read moving along the wall.
Okay, here we go again.
Anything out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Now that I think about it,
Okay, here we go.
while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
No.
I'm more concerned about how
Oh! I suck at this. I am so bad. I was like, oh, it's gonna go faster, and then I just overshot it. How much time do I have? Oh, I have plenty of time. Okay. During the song. Okay, here we go.
I heard something.
Yeah!
I agree. Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
fallen down. There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Well, it's been over 25 minutes, so I want to end this video here. And we'll pick this up again next time. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!